You live and direct from the heart of Africa. This is your first time watching me. You are highly welcome. This is the place where I separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstitions, and the concepts from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today I'll be talking about the major difference between native doctors and pastors, and seven good reasons why a native doctor, which is also an African spiritualist or practitioner, is way better than this our so-called modern day Hollywood pastors. This topic is very necessary because there is this connotation in the world today that native doctors are evil people, and African spirituality is primitive, it is old, modern, old-fashioned, and should not be practiced anymore. I want to state here for the record the importance and benefits of the practice of African spirituality, and why modern-day Africans should go back to their spiritual practice, for the mere fact that it has a lot of benefits and applications that are too numerous to mention. And this is the place whereby you will really understand who you are. It will give you a first-hand knowledge of the earth, of knowing yourself, and empowerment that comes from wisdom and understanding that you can never get from any other spiritual system. You will never get this kind of understanding from Christianity. No, it's not in Christianity. You will never get it from Islam. You will never get it from Buddhism. You will never get it from Hinduism, from any other spiritual system. You will only get it from here. And why is African spirituality so attacked by other religions, especially Christianity? Is because they want to weaken the African. They want to separate the African from his native knowledge. They want to isolate the African people so that they can manipulate them effectively. This is the role of religion. This has always been the role of white supremacy, Christianity, Abrahamic religion, Judaism, and Islam, to separate you from your organic spiritual knowledge and give you the corrupted, convoluted version from their own stables, which they control by themselves. They control the narrative. They tell you what to do. They dictate it for you. They tell you to jump and tell you how high you can jump. That's why they want to poison it. But when you practice African spirituality, nobody can do all this for you. So they use their agents called the pastors to pollute your mind, to keep talking trash about it, so that people will think that it's nothing good. First of all, what is a native doctor? A native doctor is also known as a traditional healer or medicine man or woman. This is a person that studies and practices healing with a spiritual and physical method, medical method, using their traditional native knowledge. This is the organic knowledge that they have from their ancestors. The thing they now call alternative medicine. So it used to be mainstream medicine in ancient Africa. They have now pushed it to the side and call it alternative medicine, and then they have now brought their own and call that mainstream medicine. So a traditional practitioner uses the traditional method, involves mixing of herbs, rituals, making contact with the so-called spirit world, the invisible world, or the fourth state of matter, the plasma realm or the quantum realm. All these methods, we know all these things from ancient times, and we interact with them. And as a result of this, the traditional practitioner studies nature. So he knows about nature. He knows a lot of things, a lot of secret things, a lot of medicine, a lot of techniques that they can use to help people to heal various diseases, illnesses, and problems, including psychological, physical problems, wounds, injuries, traumas. They know all these things. But a pastor does not study nature. A pastor only studies that slave manual called the Bible. So when a pastor cannot have the same capacity as a native doctor, okay, he cannot, because he knows nothing about the nature. Read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Where do you see them talking about use this herb for this purpose, mix both herbs together to heal this person? You will not see any kind of information like that. You will not see any raw science there, any scientific principles. You will not see law of gravity. You will not see law of thermodynamics. You will not see any law of physics, kinetic energy. You will not see anything like that. All these principles and laws of nature that we have to study to create things. You will talk about different kind of skills, artistry, or metalsmithing, or carpentry, woodwork, sculpturing, building of house, architecture. All these things, you're not going to see it inside that Bible. It is not there. The Bible don't teach you all those things. But all these things, all these other sciences, they will teach you in African spirituality. They will teach you in your African knowledge. It is all inside. It is all part of it. But you're not going to learn any of this. You just read the Bible and the Lord say, do this, do that, do that, do that. Learn from fictitious story. So this is the reason you see why native doctors are more powerful than pastors. Because they know knowledge. They have vast amount of practical knowledge inside their brain that they can use to solve real life practical problems. The pastor does not have this. It doesn't have this. You cannot teach what you don't know. Okay, you cannot give what you don't have. So a native doctor is more powerful. A good native doctor, not those fake quacks are there. Okay, not the fake one. If you see a good one, they are more powerful than any pastor are there. A good native doctor is equal to more than 10,000 pastors. Because he knows what he's doing. He does not waste time. When there's a problem, somebody comes, a client or a patient comes, he looks at it and practically goes out to solve the problem. But a pastor only prays and tell you to go. So who would you prefer? It's not somebody with the practical knowledge. Okay, this is number one. Oh. Number two, understanding the people. The native doctor is somebody that understands people, is closer to the people. He does not see people as sinners that needs to be saved. The way these pastors see you, they will tell you that if you don't do what they tell you, there are 10 commandments. If you drink, you smoke, you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you are automatically going to hell. If you look somebody the wrong way or you did not pray, you automatically go into hell. They judge people. The native doctors, they don't have that kind of mentality. African spiritualists don't have it. Okay, so they understand people more. But a pastor usually have this holier than thou attitude that they are higher than you. They have to give you that class, that superiority complex, so that you will think that they are better than you. Oh, I don't drink. Oh, I don't smoke. I don't fornicate. Whereas if you turn your back, all the things they say they don't do, they do everything. They womanize, they take people's wife, they steal people's property, they deceive and manipulate people. They do all sorts of bad things. But when you see them, they pretend like a dove, a harmless creature. A pastor, the average typical pastor, is a hypocrite. Hypocrite that always judge you. He catch you doing anything, he judges you. Oh, you are sinning. You need to be forgiven. You need to come to church. You need to pay penance. You need to confess your sins. This is religion for you. Religion finds people, creates a kind of standard that people cannot measure up to. And then they self pretend to be living up to the standard. But in reality, they don't do it. They do the opposite, but they pretend in public. And then they judge people to make people feel guilty so that they can manipulate you. They know that you cannot live up to that standard. But they will want to put you in a pedestal whereby you will have to be an hypocrite to measure up. And then they know that sooner or later you're going to sleep. And when you sleep, they say it is the work of the devil. And then they use that to manipulate you. Being know that they don't tell you that we are just humans, we are liable to error. Humans make mistakes. The spiritual person in the church will say, you cannot make mistake. If you make mistake, it is the devil's work. But the native doctor does not do that. The native doctor, the spiritualist, they understand that humans can make mistake. And when you make mistake, they don't judge you. Okay? And they know how to differentiate between making mistake and doing evil. When you do evil, they know that this is premeditated. They will call you out. But when you make a mistake, they will know. And they forgive. The Christians will tell you they forgive, but they don't forgive. This is the thing. Another thing you need to know. Understanding people, working with people, Christianity, holier than thou attitude, that they give you that attitude, these fake men of dogs and call themselves pastors. They have to do that. Okay? Then number three, this attitude of going out, telling people that you are better than them all the time, that if you are not a Christian, you are going to hell. This is a way of insulting people. It's a kind of verbal warfare. When other religions like Christianity, Islam will tell you, if you don't believe, or our books say you are going to hell fire if you don't accept our God as your God. This is a kind of spiritual attack that have started so many wars in the time past, that is to cause natural friction and to cause problem in the society, to cause separation, to cause discord. This is what they call in things fall apart, China Ashibi. When their God will condemn all other worshippers of every other God. Quite naturally, Christian gods will tell you that I am the way, the truth, and life, according to their Jesus Christ. If you don't, no one goes to the Father except Him. If you practice your African spirituality or something else, you are already condemned. They will say what you are practicing is demonic, is evil, because you don't subscribe to their God, naturally insulting you that you are a evil person and you deserve to be destroyed. You deserve whatever evil comes to you because you don't subscribe to their God. This is a natural spiritual attack designed to delineate and cause problems in families, in societies, in communities. The essence of this philosophy is that one, their church must dominate, and their church must take over every other people's life. And if the church cannot take over your life, it will destroy you, because the church now see you as an enemy of their religion. This is where they come in to start condemning other spiritual systems, especially African spirituality. It is designed to cause problem naturally. For saying that your own book is the only way to salvation, this is wrong. In African spirituality, we don't believe this philosophy. We believe that there are many paths to heaven. You must not necessarily practice African spirituality to receive enlightenment. There are many spiritual systems, many paths to the river of life. So for one person to say their own path is the true path, and anybody that does not accept it must die or we go to hell in their book, or is an infidel, this is an insult. This is a declaration of an act of war on anybody that does not see the world the way you see the world. So this is a violent act, and you're going to find this in Christianity. You will find it in Islam and Judaism. You're going to hell in all those books. In the Christian book, all Muslims go to hell. In the Muslim book, all Christians go to hell. Then when you go into the mushroom branches of Christianity, you will see the Methodists. The Methodists will say Jehovah's Witnesses are going to hell. Jehovah's Witnesses will say Catholic Church and everybody are going to hell. You will go to the deeper life. Deeper life will say this mountain of fire are going to hell. Mountain of fire will say all the other people are going to hell. Everybody, every church, if you don't believe in the doctrine, you are going to hell. You are missing. They are all going to hell every day. It is like a kingdom of continuous confusion, continuous fighting, continuous envy, bigotry, and all sort of nonsense. It does not end. It will never end. This is the kind of judgmental control that we see in these scriptures, and blaspheming other people and condemning other people inside their book to go to hellfire if they don't subscribe to their only one true God. To the point whereby some people that wrote the book even wrote inside that they are the chosen race of God, that they are the number one race, the chosen children, the Israelites. Can you imagine a God that is a racist and you subscribe to this kind of mentality? As an African, the Bible should be an ultimate insult to you if you know yourself as a real child of Africa, because there is no place for you in that Bible. The only place, a black man reading the Bible, you do not see yourself as a first citizen. We only see yourself as a second class or third class citizen begging to enter the heaven of whoever created that religion, which should be an insult on your personality, a spit on your face, on your ancestors, and everything you're supposed to represent. A Bible that tells you that your ancestors is not even inside. All the people you see, all the ancestors of the Bible are ancestors of Jewish people: Abraham, Moses, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Did you see any Odomake in that book? Did you see any any Adebayo in the... Did you see any African names inside the Bible? Did you see any African name? You don't see any African name. All the names you see, they are all Hebrew names. So you come in there as an African, you come in as a second class citizen, not as a first class citizen. So you are kind of tagging along, like as if you don't have your own spiritual system to hang on to, your own native organic spiritual system. You are now using somebody's spiritual system to want to go somewhere. And it does not place you first, because you are not the firstborn. The people that created this religion will never treat you as equal. If you think I'm lying down, you claim this, go to Israel. You call yourself a church goer here, a redeemed or whatever church you are here. Try to go to Israel to tell them that you worship the same God with them, so they should give you visa. Or you are a pastor here and they should give you visa and give you equal right in their country, and see if these people will give you equal right. And they will never give you equal right in their country, because they know that they will tell you don't have any blood connection. You are not from that land. They will tell you the truth. So you need to respect yourself and focus on what gives you your respect and dignity, which is your African spirituality. Now, when you see our spiritual practitioners here, we don't judge people that they will go to hellfire if they don't follow us. We do not, and we do not force them. We do not also threaten them. We only tell you the facts, that this is what makes sense, this does not make sense. Follow what, use your heart, use your mind, do your own research. So you see the difference there. You will not see any book or any African spiritual practice where they are threatening you that you're going to go to hell if you don't venerate this African deity. It's not written anywhere that you're going to burn forever. We don't have that philosophy. We don't practice that philosophy in African spirituality. We are all about peace and tolerance, encouraging. And only when other people try to insult us, then we have to talk about them, to expose them. I am doing this video now because a lot of pastors look down on native doctors. They see native doctors as a backward people. I'm trying to tell them the truth, that no, the native doctors are the so-called spiritual leaders and guardians that we used to have in Africa, that are the custodians of our spiritual knowledge and truth, that have been there to help the community, to foster unity and love and heal, and to teach the spiritual truth to the community. Those people hold a fundamental role, and we need to see more of them coming back. The truth of the matter is that due to the proliferation of Christianity, a lot of our spiritual systems have been destroyed, desolated, and degenerated. So we don't see those people play those roles anymore. So we should try to create a new breed of practitioners. This is the new breed of practitioners that we come up in the future to continue this role of holding the light, the truth of knowledge in the communities, and pointing them in the right direction. Okay, so we need to know why these people are very important and why they are way better than all these so-called pastors and daddy GOs, mommy GOs we see here. Okay, another thing that you will see, number 5 now. Okay, let's go. It's number 4. The native doctors, they use science and metaphysics to solve problems. This is one reason they are very powerful. When you have a problem, whether it's a health problem, a spiritual problem, or a psychological problem, they have different ways of solving it. Contrary to the church, when you have any kind of problem, you go to church. What did your pastor tell you to do? Pray to Jesus, kneel down and pray, sow seed, pay money. No. A real typical practitioner do not kneel down and pray while his house is burning. He goes to action. He goes into the jungle. He gathers herbs, gathers compounds, and then he uses the metaphysical knowledge to change the situation. He calls his ancestors into action. He prays. He calls the elemental spirits, calls the infernal spirits, calls whatever he's calling, and then he does something. You must do some practical metaphysical work to challenge that problem. But a pastor does not practice any metaphysics. The only thing is just to pray, the highest thing fast. So they are weak. If your pastor is the native doctor is in contention, the native doctor have a high chance of winning, because it does practical things, practical spiritual and physical things to solve the problems. You will see many people in church, they are looking for a job. They will be praying for the job, and they don't go out looking for a job. They will sit at home. Woman is looking for husband. They will not change their character. They will be praying, fasting, giving pastor money, thinking that the more they pray, the pastor will, the husband will materialize. Many problems that people are having in Christianity, if they approach a native doctor, they will get solution faster, because a native doctor will be very practical and straight to the point, but a pastor will keep deceiving them. You know why the pastor will keep deceiving them? Because the pastor don't want their problems to be solved. Because if their problem is solved, then they don't have to come to church next Sunday. They'll be happy enjoying themselves, and then the pastor will not have any money. So the pastor will delay them, God's time in the best, use them to work for the church. They will sow seed, they will do protocol, they will do usher, they will sweep church, they will contribute money, they will keep doing. The problem never ends. They will still be playing them like football inside the church again, making them feel humiliating them. Then they will tell them that it's because of your sins or the sins of your forefathers. That's why you are suffering. That's why you have not gotten that promotion. That's why you have not gotten the things. But in African spirituality, this is not the case. Nobody will find you guilty. They will look for a practical solution. They will do divination, do what they can do, and try to solve the problem instantly with whatever remedies they have. So you will know your faith as quickly as possible. And it is way better than somebody telling you to pray, fast for 7 days, or telling you to come and sow one seed, and charging you unnecessary money. The pastors, they will tell you to ask to bring money, and they do nothing. A good spiritualist will charge you fairly, and will not waste your time. Okay? Some people will tell you to sow seed of motto, to build house for God, to bring over 50 bags of cement, to do some sort of nonsense thing, just draining you. All these things that they want to take advantage of you, telling you have to work for God. Since when do we start working for God? And with the God we are working for, are we not going to see that God? You're not working for God. You are working for the pastor. This is just a simple truth. The God you don't see, all the money they send to church, you don't see it. It ends at the person's bank account you are giving those money to. So what is left? Are those persons using the money to do real work, or are they using the money for themselves? This is a question many Christians are not asking. They tell them not to question. You don't dare question God. You question God, you go to hell. It is not your business what the pastor do with the money. Your work is to bring the money. The pastor works for God. God knows best. You know nothing. This kind of mentality, they used to enslave the people. So you find out that the church at the end of the road is all scam centers. They are all business centers. All the pastors, they are businessmen for scamming people from morning till night. And they really have no value to offer community, to offer the society, except lies and more lies. And this is where African spirituality comes in. African spirituality offers value to the community. They offer a point of strength, a place whereby you can depend on, say, yes, I have confidence in the system works, the system is truthful, the system is just. I can really rely on the system, and I will see to get result in the system. Contrary to that, the pastors will just pray and they tell you that whatever God wants to do, at the end of the day, God will still do it. So what is the point if God will still do whatever I want? Why can't I just lay on my bed and let God just do it? Why do I have to come to you to waste time to pray and give you money? And at the end of the day, God will still do it in their mind. At the end of the day, they will still tell you now it's the will of God, Isha Allah. Does it really make sense? Does it really make points? No. So all these things we need to consider that most of the time, when our people go to church from morning till nights, Mondays to Sundays, they are just actually wasting their time. Precious time they will never get back. You will never find people going to shrine every day in African spirituality. People rarely go to shrine. Maybe once in 2 months, once in a month. They don't have a service whereby you must be required to be coming there continuously. You don't see all these things. We don't waste people's time in African spirituality. We believe you have precious things to do with your time. I know they waste people time for you. We know they waste people time. You go and live your life, enjoy yourself, explore. This is the way. We don't waste time, but pastors waste your time. They keep asking you to come to church again and again and again, as if you are a child that needs you are so dull, you don't know what is good for yourself. You have to come to church every Sunday. They need to keep repeating the 10 commandments for you. They need to keep telling you things. Again, it's like they need to put you in this brainwashing program to retain you. You come to church again and you not get sense. A average person that is a Christian by the age of 25, you're supposed to know what is inside the Bible. You're supposed to even know the Bible from cover to cover. If you are a good Christian, And the best way not to be a Christian is to actually read the Bible from cover to cover. A lot of Christians don't read the Bible, of course. So if you have known this thing, do you really need to be going to church on Sunday for them to keep repeating the same thing again and again? Except you are a dullard, a very dull person, or you be ogobo, serious ogobo, a stupid idiot that does not know what to do with their time or does not know the value of time. That you have to be, they keep repeating, that shall not steal, that shall not kill, that shall not, again and again and again. You not get sense. Other than a waste of time you never get back, precious time. Some people now, we go to church 3 times a week to repeat the same thing. Now only you, devil, to pursue. Today is my day of glory. Today is salvation breakthrough. Today is this program. The same prayer, repeating it from different format again and again and again. Not every problem involve prayer. You need practical approach. This is what we talk in African spirituality. Taking charge of your life. Practical approach to life. It will not make you waste time. Using common sense. The churches don't want you to have common sense, because when you have common sense, then the churches will be empty. It will be empty. And then they will not have any money. And then they will go bankrupt. And they don't want this to happen. So they keep to get tell you, devil, they pursue you, devil, they pursue you. All the bad things in your country is as a result of the devil. Failed governments, government refuse to put security, refuse to do road. Not the devil work, now politicians work to do that. When your government fail you, then crime will naturally come. Instead of you fighting for a better government, you are wasting all your time going to church to pray for change that will never come. If you take a classic example of a place like Nigeria, the more people pray, the more the country gets worse. Because people have been made to believe that there are some supernatural forces that are responsible for their problems. No, there's no supernatural force. It is common sense approach. We see the government embezzling. We see government sponsoring terrorism. We see criminals coming out as governors. We see all these things, and we see the inability of people that needs to do the thing or to say the truth to do all this work. And we know where our problem is coming from. These are practical problems. If you think it's a lie, I tell people to travel. I encourage Africans to travel. Go to Asia, go to China, go to Japan, go to Thailand, go to India. Don't go to these countries. Go to countries that are not Christian. Even go to the Arab countries. When you see the work your government is supposed to be doing, you will know that prayer is powerless, is useless. Government provides security, provide infrastructure, provide good roads. The people don't pray for all these things. They create all these things. Okay, if you have money, why do rich people live a good life? They use the way to create a good life. They build a mansion, they employ security, they do everything fine. It's not prayer that does it. It is money, capacity, common sense. My people refuse to know all this. The pastors will not tell you the truth. Immediately, the pastors start making money in Nigeria. What does they do? They take security to be guided themselves. They forget about the angels of God. They buy bulletproof cars. They forget that they don't want to go to heaven. They buy private jet. They don't want to stress themselves. Same pastor that tell you that heaven is real. He has private jets. He has a retinue of policemen, mobile police, TSS. Everybody is guiding him. He has very bulletproof. He has multi-million-dollar cars and properties. But heaven is real. But he's not planning on going there. He's investing. He's expanding. At the end of the day, he's going to give this empire to his own biological son, not his spiritual son. And you see all these things. You don't see this in African spirituality. You're not going to see a native doctor that even have a single helicopter. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see any native doctor going around with security guiding him, except he's a fraudster native doctor. A real practitioner does not need all these things. So you see the difference between pastors and native doctors. Some stand for truth. The other one do not stand for truth. So which is more better? Which is more organic? Which is more honest? I will leave you to do the maths. So we're going to see this. Another thing again, the better thing why the native doctors are better than pastors. The pastor's life for a living. They are there to deceive you for all eternity. They are there to force your mind to believe in fiction. Things that will never come to reality. Things that have no evidence. This is my greatest problem with them. They are natural liars. Because the Bible is based on the foundation of lie, murder, and cheating that you can never see. I tell them that this Jesus Christ does not exist. You know why Jesus Christ have to have a heavenly Father? So that you cannot trace him to any root race in this earth. Because he does not exist. It was totally made up. If we know the earthly father of Jesus Christ, the first we know that it's a lie. If we know that his father is from so and so village, you go not see a big lie now, because you not go see any evidence of this guy in this earth, in not day. So they have to say, oh, his father fly from Holy Spirit, impregnate a girl to give birth to Jesus Christ, so that you cannot trace him to anywhere on this earth, because it's a work of fiction, a perfect work of fiction, and egregor, the perfect egregor created by the minds of this the white supremacy enslavers, Constantine and his peers, that will force into people's mind. You can't trace him anyway. He's not a physical entity. He never existed as a human being. If he existed, he must have a earthly father. Have you ever seen any woman that got pregnant? They will say that it's the Holy Spirit that impregnated them. I told one pastor the other day that was arguing with me, one idiot and non-entity or wannabe pastor. I say, if your daughter or your sister comes home pregnant, and your daughter or your sister tells you that they were impregnated by the Holy Spirit, are you going to believe them? You're not going to believe them that they wake up, they just woke up like this with full pregnancy and they didn't sleep with any man. You're not going to believe them. So you say Mary was impregnated like that by Holy Spirit. No, it's a big lie. Now somebody nice sleep with them to give them that belly. So Jesus Christ was created as a work of fiction, so that we cannot trace his earthly heritage to know the truth that is a work of fiction, a phantom. Okay? They teach you to believe in lies. African spirituality teach you to believe in common sense. We don't tell you to believe in one ghost here. Okay, we tell you follow your ancestors. Trace your bloodline to know the truth about yourself. There you will find everything you are looking for. Know yourself. We don't tell you to believe in something that will fake things, superstitious belief, taking you, instead of connecting you to your root, to your land and your people, they are taking you outside your continent to a miracle, a land that you have no claim to, taking you to Israel, taking you to Mecca. Well, are you from Mecca? When you say I am an African person, even if you're an African person in America, if they want to trace your heritage, they will trace you to your natural, your natural background, the place they find you, your native land. As a black person of African descent, all your native land is Africa. Okay? Even if you take a lion, go and put it in Antarctica. The lion may live in Antarctica, but its native land is not Antarctica. Okay, you will see that the lion is a native from Sahara Desert, from the Yankari landscape, from the Serengeti. This is where this thing comes from. Okay, whether you like it or not, your native land is African. So don't let anybody reduce you to a color. Instead of the white people calling us African people, they will say you are black people. Where is black? Black does not hold any place. Black does not hold any power. They should call you African to respect you, and you should claim the name African, because your natural land place is Africa. The Bible does not want you to claim your natural land space, telling you there is a holy land somewhere. If there's any holy land, it's Africa is the holy land. Your holy land is Africa. Their own holy land can be the Caucasus Mountain, but your own holy land is Africa. You should look forward to the African country. You should be proud of yourself. Any religion that is teaching you not to be proud of yourself does not like you, wants to enslave you. Any religion that is teaching you that you should look outside yourself for salvation, to a third party, to pray to a third party, we not carry the message to God, that is a criminal religion. Okay, all of them are scammers. That's why I don't respect any of them. When you are in this religion, you will see that the foundation of the religion is lies, hypocrisy, filthiness, abomination, and thievery. Thieving your time, thieving your energy, thieving your resources, things you never get back. The religion is like a zombie. The pastors, they are vampires and parasites. African spirituality, we are not like that. We tell you the truth about life, then you have to make a choice. So I cannot say I'm a pastor that I'll come to be deceiving my own people instead of telling them the truth just because I want to live. I will not be preying on my people, deceiving them to take their money, drinking their blood, their energy, so that I can become big, I can buy private jet and Bentley and call myself somebody in society. You are just nothing but a big parasite. No different from the Amweba, no different from Shikoko, no different from tapeworm. The spirit of a tapeworm and the spirit of a Dadishio is the same spirit. Evil spirit, parasitic deities. This is what the parasites are, spirits. So you cannot compare A real African spiritual native doctor stand for truth, justice, and it's not like this kind of people. Okay? Not like this kind of people. The difference is clear. It be like 7-Up. Obvious. So I will go with a native doctor anytime than with a pastor. Okay? Native doctors will teach you science, they will teach you how to believe in yourself. The practical solution, they don't waste your time, and they don't lie for a living, and they understand people. They don't prove that they are higher than you, like the way this pastor, all the opposite things. It's clear. Okay, so I will encourage you as a practitioner, go into your African spirituality, be strong in it, hold on strong. Don't let anybody insult you or try to make you feel inferior for studying or practicing African spirituality. Don't let them. These are the evil people in society, or people that are complete non-entities that don't know themselves. Okay? As an African spiritual practitioner, you are a leader and a teacher, independent person that your community needs to look up to. You see the so-called fake leaders, we call these pastors, they are leading people in the wrong way. They are teaching people to be slaves. They are teaching people to be submissive. They are teaching people not to ask for their rights. Most times, especially Nigerian politicians, where election is coming, but the politicians will start going to the pastors to be giving them money, so that the pastors will not convince their congregation to vote for them. Then when things are hard for the congregation, the pastors once again go to tell them to endure, instead of them needing to go and come out in the street or hold their politicians accountable. The pastor will tell them that they should cool down, they should bear the pain, and they should leave the country, that God will fly from heaven to come and solve their problems. So religion and politics work together. The politicians know that the churches is used to pacify the people and to deceive the people, so that they can steal enough money that they want. And when they have steal this money, the church pastors are responsible for calming the people, so that the people don't revolt. The people don't come out in the streets to complain, because when the people complain, it's over. So you think the pastors are helping you? The pastors are not helping Nigeria. They are there to make the people stupid and tell the people, don't worry. You see all these politicians, they are all going to hell. Because you are suffering, you will go to heaven. So endure. The pain, the whip, the kidnappings, everything you are passing through is because God is preparing a special place for you. Your reward is in heaven. So many times they tell the people like this that because they do something bad to you, you have license to go heaven forever. Because this bad experience. No, that is a big lie. This is a big lie. You are a pastor, you cannot teach your people common sense. Don't go out in the night. Don't take risky behaviors. Don't do this kind of things. There's insecurity in country. Say, do anything. God is in control. Go here, go. Then when your people go out, they kidnap them. You will now say, oh, it's the will of the devil. And you are the one that deceived them. You didn't tell them, didn't teach them the right thing to do. Then later you say, oh, because this bad experience have happened to you, you have automatic license to go to heaven. This is nonsense. We are not children in this place. So you see the painful things all these people are doing in society is very, very bad. Pastors are constituting a lot of nuisance, and they are not your friends. They are working for the enemy, working for your oppressors, telling you to be passive, to be slave, telling you to fight your battles while kneeling down. In African spirituality, we don't. We teach you to fight your battles standing up, to face the government, to speak against oppression, to become powerful, to be your own person, to protect yourself. Your safety is your first priority. Survival is your priority. We teach the opposite things. We don't teach you to be slave in African spirituality. So we empower you here. If you are looking for empowerment, this is the last bastion. African spirituality is the only place that they will tell you the truth about life. They will tell you to face reality, and you have to sit up. No savior is coming to save you. No Jesus Christ is flying from the sky. You have to do your work. You have to work for yourself. You have to empower yourself. You don't waste your time here. So if you ask me to choose between these two, you know the level when I did now. I go tell you the way it be. I have seen Christianity for what it is. The trash that is what it is. The valueless nonsense. The wasting of time. The evil for what it is, to enslave our people for all eternity. And I have to speak against it. There is no big diplomatic here. Let's call a spade a spade. If you want to wake up, you go wake up. If you want to be there, either you are an enemy of yourself, you are an enemy of Africa, or you are just a stupid plain person that don't want to raise a finger to solve any problem or to make it, to be a difference in this life. This is the only reason you continue to remain in Christianity, claiming that you know one thing, they have one thing. They have nothing to offer you there except slavery, chains, and lies. Okay? So this kind of people, when you come to this channel, you no one get sense. You then they don't talk tire. Say this thing they like this. Yes, there are some evil people, those evil ritualists. You don't need to follow those people. Those people are evil people creating a bad name for African spiritualists. Those fake and non-brand native doctors and some other useless. You don't count the joy. There are bad people in every practice. Of course, you got to see the bad people. They're still there yet too. How will you know? You will know a true practitioner by the word that come out of their mouth. How did they live their life? What did they stand for? The truth. They're still there. And you too can become one by standing by the truth. You don't need to even have it rhyme. You become a living oracle, an oracle of truth. We have very good people out there that are doing work. They never even tell you one thing what they do, blow native shock. Powerful people out there. People like a very dark man from Nigeria. People like President Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. That is another powerful spiritualist. Emulate those people. People like Malcolm X. People like Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King. These are powerful African practitioners, Pan-Africans. Dr. John Eric Clark, Fela Nicola Kuti. Even if they smoke it, go, you see they do the work. We have great people out there in Africa that you can follow, that stand for the truth. These are spiritual practitioners. Okay, Theophilus Obenga, he did there. We get solid men now. We get solid men. Make I list them. Inoko Rashidi. Powerful people there now. Sure. So you will follow these people. Study them. Be like them. Emulate them. You don't need to set up to run. You don't need to work out the follow native up and down. The thing there inside your heart, the knowledge, the power is inside you. You just need the wisdom to unlock it. This is what you need to do. Okay? So you need to open your mind and you need to take a stand. You need to start questioning reality. Question these churches. Question your life. Even me. Question me too. Okay? Find out the truth for yourself. And stop wasting time. So you see the difference between native doctors and pastors. It is clear. You need to make up your mind who you want to follow and who you won't be. Time not day. At the time, we not get basket for rotten mango. So now, so it just be. So I think I will stop here today. A word is enough for the wise as usual. Questions and comments are welcome. And share the video. Tell people about the channel. And good things are happening. If you want to know about African spirituality, I have been able to write several books by the grace of the ancestors. This one is on quantum physics and African spirituality. For people that want to know the direct relationship between quantum physics and African spirituality, it is the same thing. Western people study African spirituality. They call it quantum physics, study of the smallest, minutest, invisible particles of nature, what we call the atoms, the speck, the quarks, the electrons, all those things. They call them the spirit particles. Okay? There are things there. Your ancestors, the deities, your archangels, ghosts, all of them, that they stay that place. You need to know about the origin of Christian religion, legalization of religion, origin of God. You need to know about time travel, space travel, wormhole, the black hole, negative space, evil forest. All these advanced topics, they are all in this book. After quantum physics, you get plasma physics. And I have just written the plasma physics book. I told you that we need to know about the plasma ring. When you finish quantum physics, you come to plasma. This is hardcore, advanced African spiritual science. For people that are practitioners, you need this knowledge. So I've written this book. These are modern day knowledge book for today practitioners, okay? So that you will not say that nobody point you in the right direction. So this is the first book written on quantum physics in the history of Nigeria, even the old West Africa. This is the first book. Then this plasma physics too is the first book written on it in the whole history of Africa. I wrote this plasma physics is talking about the fourth state of matter, which is the spirit world, the essence of the spirit world, where that spiritual power is coming from, that is emanating out, the gateway. Okay? You need to know about it. We have, in modern science, we tell you there are three states of matter: solid, liquid, gas. But when you go beyond that, we tell you there are four states. Plasma states is what I wrote about here. In this book, I covered advanced topics about the sun as the largest of these gates. That sun you see shining every day is a giant ball of plasma. The energy of the sun, how to mimic the energy of the sun. We talk about many advanced topics here. I talk about the plasma thermonuclear fusion energy, the importance of this energy, the applications, the benefits. I talked about how to study nature to create technology. I talked about advanced topics of plasma, the foundation of plasma, blood plasma, opening gates into the spirit world. I talked about it. I even placed the formula inside it for you. I talked about various deities, how to venerate them. All these deities exist in the plasma ring. How to open the gate so that the deities can come through, or you can go through. All these are topics that are very advanced topics. They are here waiting for you. Okay, if you are looking for knowledge, the trident of issue is there here. So the book don't come. You don't have any excuse not to know. African spirituality will give people knowledge to live their life. We empower people. This is the design. This is why it is more important. No pastor will ever write this book. Many pastors don't even know what is inside this book because they refuse to study. They refuse to apply themselves. They only study that book of fiction called Bible. If you want real power, real knowledge, you read this kind of books. Now here will take you go into the spirit world. Now here will take you go that place that many people cannot even imagine. This one will take you there. So plasma physics is out. For you to know this plasma physics, you must first know quantum physics. So if you are a newcomer in this channel, you never read this book. You're not going to understand this book. So you need to read this book first before you understand this book. So it don't come out. So you don't have any excuse not to know. This is the work I do here. I empower people. Okay? Not to enslave people, not to take from people, not to call the sequester people here. No, we'll not be that kind of people. So, CM, walking in the shadow of the gods. 200 spells are here waiting for you to increase your capacity, empower you. Spells for love, protection, wealth, health issues, many things there. Then, if you want to talk about the spirit realm once again, Whispers of Aminte, Pathways to Ascension. This is a workbook that you can use to make contact with various African deities, deities of death and rebirth, deities of prosperity, transformation, destruction. The day inside here. Amera de here, Eteru de here. Chehuti is also here. Santisma Moriete is here. Ampu Anubis. A lot of deities are here. Also, over 50 spells are at the back of the book too for various health issues. So we have knowledge. We share knowledge. When you ask me, what is my shrine producing? This now waiting my shrine they produce with this so knowledge, wisdom, empowerment. Okay? The day here. So you can order these 3 books from any part of the world. Okay, now 4 books now, sorry, order the 4 books. These 4 books are of my crowning achievements to bring forth knowledge, my years of studying this African spirituality. I need to write my own treatise on what I have uncovered so far. So it is my dream that people that are learning will climb on this knowledge, stand on the foundation of this knowledge to do greater things, to advance more than me. The future generation that will read all these books, then we apply the formulas and the wisdom in this book to create great things in the future, to make Africa stronger, and to do better than me. So the knowledge I have, the 4 foundations, they don't come outside. Now this one, you need to have, by the time you read this 4 book, you will be so powerful, so strong, you will be unstoppable. Okay? So plasma physics, you need to know quantum physics, you need to know the spirit deities, you need to know them, spells, you need to know a lot of spells. So they are here. The 3 of them is just 350 USD. It is discounted. 100 that they sell 1. Because I know what's inside these books. I don't write books because people are writing books. I write books that will give you power, knowledge, wisdom, that will empower you, that will transform you. Now those kind of books are the right. Now what are they interested in? Liberating people. So my books are not cheap books that you can just pick on the street or for unserious people. Those ones are not going to get access to this knowledge. So when you buy the book, you are supporting me. You are supporting African spirituality. You are creating, you are part of history. And you are creating an enabling foundation for the future. Okay? So you can get any of them. If you want to buy your spiritual items, your meditation beads, perfumes, native shock, miracle stone, precious stone, soaps, or all those things that we use for practicing African spirituality, I sell them. If you want to do your consultation, oracle, tarot consultation, I do it. I charge 50 USD for that, and a lot more things. So you can contact me on this channel, and I will always be here. Okay. So I think this is what we'll talk about today. Questions or comments are welcome. Once again, please like and share this video. And of course, I'll be seeing you all in the subsequent videos as usual. So take care and bye. Peace. One love.